And if this is happening, then a takeover is absolutely possible. I don't know. I hope you are not following this way. And
Sir, they arrest you almost everywhere. If you try to hold a sign up, they come and beat you and taser you. They wear black masks. There's helicopters over our houses every night. They're brainwashing the children. I mean, you ought to see it here. It is really scary. And as you said, both parties are involved. They're building prisons everywhere. They're now saying I should be arrested. They're now saying on national TV that anyone who criticizes the war should be put in prison. They are they are gallighting or preparing the ground. Is that the right word? They are out there getting everyone ready. Now I don't think they're as popular as Hitler. I don't think they're going to get away with it. And I think if they do try to have a big roundup or purge or crystal knot or whatever, I think they're going to get their asses blown off. But at the same time, I just think they're so arrogant. I think they're going to do it, von Bülow. I think that they flew planes into buildings. I mean, these are some reckless people.
Yeah, but I can give a judgment on this. I follow your discussions and your opinions and your anxiousness, and I participate in it. But I finally can judge the situation as you can. But in Germany, this kind of technique went along with a huge, totally desperation of the German population. They didn't know where to go and what to do.
Yeah, the economy, same thing here.
The economy, it was an inflation because of the French occupation of the Ruhr. This was in 23, where all the people with a lot of savings lost all their savings, and then came the big depression, and then they didn't know where to go, and they finally went into the arms of the Nazis, and only not even 50%. It was 44% in the last election, but it was enough. And then the police came, and the police was organized in a way that the SR took over the police post, and so on and so on. So this is a technique which is very, very dangerous.
Well, they're now federalizing.
I can't say that's the same situation. It would be totally wrong as a German to do this, but you have to fight.
But you do see the danger.
I see the danger, yeah.
Well, I agree. I'm not looking for a fight, but there's a lot of people, and we're not going to put up with it. But we're going to let them, like at Lexington and Concord, when this country started, we're going to let them start it first, Mr. von Bülow.
I didn't understand this last sentence.
Well, the Revolutionary War started here when they came for the guns, and when they started the fight. So I'm saying we're going to let them start the fight.
Yeah.
But then we're going to finish it.
Okay. Yeah. I hope so.
Well, we're not looking for a fight, but if they start it, believe me, the people are ready, and they're
but these people are very strong. They have the whole infrastructure of the finances, and if not some very, very capable people in industry and other big organizations are taking over and the lead and say, well, we don't want to be in this environment. I don't see it. I'm not very hopeful.
Well, there is a lot of people speaking out in the power structure, but I agree with you. Mr. von Bülow, there's so many other facets I want to get into. Investigations, bringing those that did this to justice. Do you think that will ever happen? Well, we now hear about a United Nations body calling for an investigation of 9/11. I mean, certainly we can be positive in saying that a lot of people do now understand the false flag, self-inflicted wound, tactics used by governments. I mean, is that a positive in and of itself?
Sure, it is positive in itself, but finally, I think you should appeal on every citizen of the United States to look independently in the whole affair and see what is wrong and how, for example, the so-called independent commission was handled and so on. And so it was if you have a situation like after or during during 9/11. It is a total failure of the state structure. Bush could have easily said, well, I inherited the structure from Clinton. I'm a Republican. He is a Democrat. Now we are clearing the whole situation. We tell you what went wrong. Instead of this, they are hiding behind secrecy and hiding away the tapes and so on and so on. For example, the Federal Aviation agencies, these people I think during the break in the midday, they sat down and said, well, this horrible thing, what went wrong? What was wrong on this day? And they put it on tape, and immediately the superior came, took the tape away and destroyed it in a way which you can't repair. So why is the government behaving like that? It's so extremely strange.
We're talking to former Minister of Defense, Technology, you name it, Andreas from Bülow. Sir, there's so many things I want to ask you, but I also want to give you time to talk about whatever you think is most important. But we know the official story is a lie. We know they're covering up. We know they had a motive. We know that they were involved. But specifically, looking at the picture now, almost 7 years later, what do you think? I mean, they really did on 9/11. What do you think really happened there, and who do you think was involved? What agencies, what governments?
I don't know. And I think one makes huge mistakes if you are blaming this and this and this agency. I think it was a very small group of people which knew the structure. They knew what to do. I think that the exercises, these 5 exercises, disturbed the whole picture, and I think the exercises were not cut down. Normally, you would, if this kind of things are happening, you are canceling all the exercises. Say now it's the real world. We have to tackle this problem and show what we have learned and what we can do. But these exercises went on, and so for example, the people on the Federal Aviation Agency said, well, is this real or is this exercise? They didn't know what happened. So this is extremely strange, and the behavior of the state after 9/11, no normal state would behave like the Bush administration.
Do you think it's hurt them that we have exposed that it was an inside job, that myth?
Sure, they are fighting, but if you have the TV and all these mainstream people going along with the government out of reasons I don't know, then they can say, well, we don't need to have more than 50% believing us, and the rest of these intellectuals can go to hell.
But before we in this hour, you've also written about criminal cultures in intelligence agencies. Maybe we'll have some time to get into that, sir.
Oh, yeah.
When did you first start discovering how much criminality was in government intelligence agencies?
Well, there is not criminality general. There is no criminality within the intelligence agencies, but the organized criminality is a wonderful weapon for secret services.
So they're using
organized criminality is always opposed, or normally opposed, against the state government. So you have an enemy of your enemy, and this organized crime people, they know exactly where the weak points of your enemy are. You can break in, you can make deals with them, you can use them for drug transports, you can privilege them in order to bring drug money or drugs in areas where you again can use it as payment for things which criminality does for you. So it's if you think about it, it's a wonderful weapon. It's always used. And for example, if you are trying to bring within Turkey the Kurds against the central government. Normally, in the minority and majority in multi-ethnic areas come along quite well with each other, sometimes over centuries.
Mr. von Bülow, stay with us. We're going to break. You've got a 3-minute break, and then we'll be right back with you as we start the 4th hour. Okay, sir? Thank you so much. Okay, we'll be back with Mr. von Bülow. We really appreciate him spending this much time with us. The 4th hour, the new 4th hour, starts in about 70 seconds. We'll have a video intro of everybody watching on the web at prisonplanet.tv. If you don't have a prisonplanet.tv membership, it adds a whole other dimension to this transmission, so be sure and get a prisonplanet.tv membership today. It's 15 cents a day. All right, we'll be right back with the former Minister of Defense, Andreas von Bülow.